That's some crispiness right there. Bring over to the mic and it's hella crispy. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a very easy yet super delicious wing recipe that's going to be your favorite wing this football season. It's one of the most iconic football eating kind of experiences. And wings for me are hit or miss when you go out and buy them. Sometimes you get wings that are like overly fried and dried, or you know, they might be pretty good, but if you get them from someone else and by the time you bring them home, they're kind of soggy from sitting in like a container. And they're definitely the best when you do them at home. You know, dealing with a fryer and all that kind of stuff can become a little cumbersome. So what I want to share with you guys today is kind of my pain-free version of getting awesome wings done on your smoke or your grill and not having to deal with a fryer, but still having super crispy skin on those wings. The wings that I'm replicating for you guys today are from a bar that my coaches and I used to go to during the week, and they're kind of like a dry rub wing served with what they call Carolina barbecue sauce, and honestly, they're amazing. So that's what I wanted to recreate and share with you guys today. All right, so to start these wings, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to split them up. If you guys have seen my other wing videos, you guys have probably seen me do this before, but I'll show you again if you guys are new. I'm just going to split them up into 3 parts: the wing, the flat, and the drumlet. And I like to trim them kind of like with the, I guess, the outside of it facing down, because the skin seems a little bit thicker on that side compared to like the inside of the wing, where you can kind of see a little bit more of the cartilage and where the joint is, so it's a little bit easier to cut through. I think it's fun to split wings. I wouldn't want to be doing this if I'm splitting like a couple hundred wings, but you know, just like a pack or 2 packs for, you know, just a couple of friends as you guys watch the football game. I think it's worth it, and I think it's fun, and I feel like yourself and, you know, your friends, your family will appreciate that you took the extra step to do it. I'm cutting these up the day before I cook them. We want to make sure that the skin is nice and dried out. That's the best way that we're going to be getting that crispy skin. Last one. Here you go. Now we got all of our drumlets and flats, and then if you guys have seen my stock videos, I'm going to save all these wing tips for stock. Our first step is going to be, after we split them up, is we're going to season them with a little bit of salt on top. Purpose of doing this dry brining ahead is to draw all that moisture from that skin. You know, I think people initially, when they see something like this, or before they try it, you know, they get worried that it's going to end up being salty. It's not the case. It's going to taste seasoned throughout the entire wing. It's going to dry out that skin, and honestly, I think it makes the chicken a lot juicier too. Next, we're going to be putting on this rub that I make. This is kind of my savory rub. If you guys saw my beer can chicken video, this is the exact same rub. So there's bulk of it is smoked paprika, there's some cayenne, there's some thyme, oregano. You can kind of customize it however you want. It has those herbs in there, which will be really nice to kind of create that like Cajun flavor. This rub does not have any salt in it, so you can be a little bit more aggressive with it and making sure that everything is covered up. We're going to flip these over and we're going to repeat the process. I wouldn't recommend doing it like this on your cutting board. There's a lot of seasoning that I'm missing, but it's for the purposes of this video that I'm doing this. So yeah, you can definitely do this in a smaller bin, and so you're not wasting all this extra seasoning and extra salt. We want to get air circulation on both on top and bottom of these wings. That way we can dry out all surfaces of it, because if you just put it on a flat surface, it'll still get dry, you know, at least on the top. The bottom might be a little bit soggy as that moisture is getting pulled out of that chicken after it's being salted overnight. It definitely still does work, but I would definitely recommend buying some wired racks if you guys don't have some. I use them quite a bit for, honestly, for everything, even like resting steaks and things like that. We're gonna throw these in the fridge overnight so they can get nice and dry. We are gonna make ourselves a barbecue sauce. They call it a Carolina sauce. From what I've tasted from it, it tastes like a typical barbecue sauce, but has a little bit more apple cider vinegar and a little bit more mustard in there. So maybe they're trying to call it that because it's a combination of a Carolina / mustard sauce. And we're going to try to wing it, pun intended, to try to make this wing sauce. So to start off, obviously some ketchup, apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire sauce. I know this isn't typically in a Carolina style sauce. Good amount of mustard because, you know, honestly, the thing that I'm basing off of how much mustard I need to put in is that the sauce is orange. A little bit of granular garlic. Not too much, but just a little bit of black pepper. A little bit of cayenne. Not too much because we have a little bit of cayenne in the dry rub that we put into the rub for the wings. To kind of give it a little bit more acidity, I'm gonna add just a squeeze of lemon. Always, to balance it out, add some sugar. And always, sadly, it's more than you think you need. Bring the heat up on this. See what this tastes like. Not bad for something that we just kind of randomly just threw together. That's pretty solid. I'm gonna add a hint more lemon juice. I can taste that, but I want a little bit more of it. All right, guys, so here is our sauce, and we'll let this cool down and be ready to serve this tomorrow. All right, folks, so after about 24 hours sitting in the fridge uncovered like this, our wings are ready to cook. And I don't know if you can tell on camera, but the skin is a little bit tighter on top of the wing, so it's not as floppy. I know spots where there's no seasoning. I don't know if you guys can tell on camera, but it's a little bit tacky. It's a little bit shinier than it was yesterday, and that's what we're looking for. Usually this sequence is the same every single time, but today we got something a little different. Fogo briquettes. Let's see how they do. That's satisfying. So we got our fire going, and we're just gonna place our wings indirectly on the other side. We got our fire set, we got all our wings placed, and we're gonna cook anywhere between 300, 400. I don't know. I don't really have a specific temperature. We're just gonna cook them hotter. I mean, that's really all we're trying to do, because we don't want to dry out our skin and have them become rubbery. So I don't want to keep them on too long. We can dry out stuff by cooking it way too low for too long, or by cooking it way too hot and cooking it way too fast. Trying to just time it up so we can get it to where the skin is nice and tight and it starts to look a little bit like have a sheen to it, because that fat is starting to release and the juices from the chicken are starting to come out as well. And then we'll pull them just about short of being like 100% ready to go, because then we can just mark them up on the grill and get a really nice char and crisp on the skin. We'll start a timer and see how long it takes. Our wings are looking pretty good. See how crusty it is, and I don't know if you can hear that, but I'll put it in the mic. That's what we're looking for. These wings look great. Ooh. So it's kind of hot, but you can see like the juices are starting to come out, but it's not dried out, like skin isn't all shriveled up, and that's what we're looking for. Now even these coals look dead, it's still pretty dang hot, so I thought we were gonna need to add more briquettes, but I think we're pretty good. We're gonna bring this over to the hot side and get them crisped up on both sides. All right, lucky for us, because we got the easy spin grate with the SNS. All we gotta do is, that's it, boom. Also, if I got to show you guys, probably about an hour or so cook time. I hate to be this guy who's on YouTube and trying to sell product, but I kind of am at the same time. You guys are looking for a great cooker that you can both grill and smoke on and has a small footprint. Dude, get this 22-inch kettle grill. It is the bomb. If I'm not cooking on my 250, you guys know I'm cooking on this thing. Affiliate link down in the description below. While we're here, something else I wanted to mention is if you guys plan on frying these wings instead of grilling them like this, my recommendation to make it easier for yourself would be to smoke these wings ahead of time, like the day before, the next day, and all you have to do is drop these in the fryer. Man, these wings fried are fantastic. The heat isn't that hot right now. It doesn't have to be a raging fire. We're just getting a good crisp on these wings, and the color on them is great. The fat is starting to render out a little bit more. Oh man, my mouth just started watering, which is why I stopped talking. Just look at that color on that wing there. Get all that dried seasoning, and the skin is getting nice and crispy too. Oh, if I'm not getting buffalo wings, I'm getting lemon pepper or kind of like this Cajun style dry rub wings. Man, those three flavors are probably my favorite. All right, got all these wings all finished up. We'll bring them inside. Alright guys, here are the wings, and I'm gonna pick out a good one right here. That's some crispiness right there. Bring over to the mic and yeah, that's hella crispy. It's get a bite of this wing. Nice spice from that rub. Oh yeah. Now let's dip it into that Carolina sauce. Clean bone. I think we might have recreated that sauce. Oh yeah. Can't tell me these wings aren't cooked great. Alright guys, so that right there is one of my favorite wings, I think, kind of ever. I really love buffalo wings, but I really do enjoy a dry rub wing, and with that Cajun spice and doing that dry cure overnight and just doing that really fast cook and then crisping them on the hot side of the coals, like, man, it's perfect. You get the nice char from that dried out skin, and then you also get the smokiness from the fire, but also the smokiness from like the rub itself too, because of that paprika that's in there. And the sauce is on the side. It's nice and tangy, it's sweet, so it contrasts the wing really nice. But I would say my favorite thing out of this entire thing is the fact that we can get these done cooking time wise less than an hour, like you guys saw before. So if you're getting ready to watch the game and let's say you woke up late, you still have plenty of time to throw some wings on that fire and get them done. And if you do it on a kettle grill like the SNS, it's really hands off, like you guys saw. We just walked away from the fire for about 45 minutes. And like I said in my previous videos, for me personally, game day is not about cooking during the game. It's about watching the game. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys are also looking for another easy brisket recipe to do for game day and don't want to spend an entire day cooking a brisket the day before or waking up super early to cook a brisket before the game, definitely check out this video. I have linked to the side right here. And I have another variation of a wing recipe for you to check out as well. And if you guys enjoy this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.